Here we are at Torres Tuesday, but this is not going to be just any Torres Tuesday. This is going to be a very special one. This is a story of tragedy and suffering, but the blessings, lessons, and healings of suffering. The story begins in 2013. You see, in 2013, I became pregnant with my third child, and I was scared because I just had a surgery. Of course, I just had a surgery. I'm always having a surgery. So this one in particular, I had been on pain medication from the age of 18, and at this time I was 40 years old. And the medications that they had me on was Percocet, Dilaudid, and Methadone. All deadly to a baby growing inside my room. So I knew that I had to give the fight of my life, and that's exactly what I decided to do from the moment I found out. So it would lead me on to a journey, a very hard journey, a journey that I was willing to give my life to save my baby. Doctors told me, don't worry about it, just wait till the baby's born and we'll help the baby withdraw from the medication. I wasn't willing to do that, but I was willing to give up my life to save my child. And in fact, that's exactly what ended up happening. I wouldn't sleep for the next 40 days and 40 nights. We did count it. And that's exactly how many days and nights it took for my body to withdraw from this medication. At the last time, the doctor said, well, on October 7th, you will be done withdrawing, and you and the baby could get better. It was October 7th of 2013 that our baby was called to heaven on exactly that date. I didn't understand why. I was devastated, and I remember arguing with the Lord, bargaining with the Lord, and not understanding and saying, Lord, why didn't you take the baby sooner? Because I have disease. I don't care about being on these drugs. I don't care what they do to me. But something happened, and even though we had lost the baby, and I almost lost my life because I did fall and I fainted, and I was out for, well, I don't know because I was out, but I did fall in the arms of my husband. And when I woke up, I was laying on the floor in the arms of my daughter with my husband over me and the ambulance coming. And I remember being in the hospital and them rushing to save my life, and they did, obviously, because I'm still here. And I remember sitting in there, and all I could see, I kept seeing, was a lily, a lily, a lily. And I kept hearing or having the thought of lily of the valley, lily of the valley. Something that when I would come home, I would look it up. What was amazing is at that time, I was a member of the Kiwanis of Cooley Ranch. And so when I got home, they delivered me a bouquet of flowers. As I walked in the house, that's what I saw. And to my surprise, it was a bouquet of lilies. So tonight I have my special sister friend here, Jennifer Rodriguez, as many of you know her. And she's going to read what I did when I came home from that hospital. Is I just came home, and without editing, nothing. I just came home, and I knew I had to write a goodbye letter to my baby. And this is what I wrote.
Ready? A goodbye letter to my lily of the valley, baby Teresa Torres. As I lost you, I had a constant vision of a beautiful white lily, and when I got home from the hospital, some of my friends had a bouquet of lilies delivered to our home. This morning I looked up the meaning. It is return to happiness, purity of heart, life, innocence, sweetness, hope, and tears of the Virgin Mary. It means that you have made my life complete. It is heavenly to be with you. Humility, happiness, love, good fortune. It is believed that the flower protects gardens from evil spirit. The lily has many medicinal qualities. According to ancient teaching, it could be used to restore voice, helps faintness, it is good for the liver, and help dropsy, which is clumsiness of the hands. The Lord Jesus Christ is a great physician and is capable of curing all diseases and maladies of the soul. I understand the full interpretation of this meaning. That is definitely everything you are, my lily of the valley. The moment I found out that you were in our lives, I began the fight of my life to keep you safe. It was a bumpy road, but I was determined to protect you from suffering. Me and your daddy had great plans for you. You should have seen Daddy. He was so happy. He had this glowing spirit within him. I guess that was you inside of him. We talked about how we were going to correct all past mistakes and try and perfect this thing called parenthood. We wanted to be perfect for you. Daddy protected us like I have never seen him do before. He took the best care of us and made sure that we had everything. He held you every night as he put his protective hand over my belly and he gave you sweet kisses. And let's not forget to mention your brother Anthony. Anthony was so excited and he made sure to say hello to you every day, and every night before he went to sleep he made sure to kiss you. Your sister Angela. She was ready to do whatever was necessary to make sure that you would be safe. I was so afraid that my crippled hands would not be able to hold you, but she always told me, "Mama, don't worry, we can do this together." She was willing to partner up with me to care for you, and I'm sure she would have chosen the most awesome outfits for you. I think she already had a pair of ballerina slippers and pretty bows all picked out for you. Papa and Grandma and Auntie Mindy and the gang came every day to make sure we were okay too. Your Grandma Nydia and Papa Ito were so excited as well. All of your aunties and uncles were so excited that you joined us, and your announcement had over 100 hits on Facebook. Pretty awesome, I must say. I want you to know that I would have given my life for you, my child. I think you know that because in the end, I believe you gave your life to save mine. My biggest fear was being able to hold you. The arthritis has left me with crippled hands. And I remember just giving that fear to the Lord because I knew that He would heal my hands so that I could care for you because He had blessed us with you. In the end, God gave me an answer that I understand now. He made it so that I could hold you forever without fear or pain. Child, I hold you forever in my heart, every day and everywhere I go. In my days to come, I have no fear of aging or death, for I know that as that day comes closer, that I am one day closer to the day where we will be united and I will embrace you and cradle you in my arms. I know exactly where to find you, in the Valley of the Lilies. Goodbye to you, my daughter. My heart tells you you were my baby girl. Daddy and I gave you the name Baby Teresa Torres. I gave you my middle name. Your patron saint is Saint Teresa, the Little Flower. You were to be born in April, the month of the Easter lily, a symbolism of death and resurrection and the promise of everlasting life. You were to be born on Divine Mercy Sunday, April 27th. I held you in my hand as you left me. I saw your heart in the sack that once held your beating heart. Now I hold that little heart in my soul, and I carry it with me wherever I go. You live in me and Daddy for life and beyond. Goodbye to our precious baby, our lily of the valley, until we meet on the throne of Christ. A friend told me babies lost in the womb were never touched by fear. They were never cold. They were never hungry. They were never alone. And most importantly, they always knew love. We love you, baby girl, our sweet princess. Love Mommy and Daddy.
And so that was, now you know why I had help. I couldn't read that on my own. But the glory in all of that, because there is blessings and there is healing and there are lessons in all of our sufferings and our biggest tragedies. You see, after that happened, I was in the hospital. I could have asked for a dose of pain management, but I just couldn't. Something inside my soul would not let me. It would be another 2 years that I would go pain medication free. How I did it, I still don't know, until of course the next surgery, but I still have remained basically off of pain medication. So as I look back, I'm letting you know that God talks to us all the times through our suffering, and with baby Lily, everywhere I go, I see the little pink lily. This is from an empowerment I went to, and what was there? My pink lily. And this story came about because I was just recently, 2 weeks ago, I was really distraught about which event I go to. Do I go to the arthritis walk or do I go to the Magnificent conference with my mom? I ended up going to the conference and she said, they usually have roses all around here, but today they have the pink lily. So I knew I was supposed to be there, and it's actually a story and a testimony of a woman who had went through an abortion and the emotional chaos that she went through afterwards, and the emotional hurt, emotional pain, and emotional suffering, but also the healing and the victory. And I knew I was meant to be there because a lot of the things she said actually happened to me. And she says those little symbols where the pink lily always shows up, or where her symbol, I forget what it was, but it is a sign from Christ and from heaven that our babies are with us, our babies are praying for us, they're watching over us, that they're giving us that message. And the message my baby Lily gives me, and she tells me, Mama, I know how hurt you felt, and I am with you, and I love you, and I'll see you soon. Well, maybe not too soon.
Not too soon.
Not too soon. But the thing is this, I knew when she left me, I had peace because I knew there was purpose in it, because I know I was dying, and I know that that baby gave her life up to save mine, because she knew I would have given my life up, and I really would have. But I think she knew that, and I think that she sacrificed her life to save mine, because God wasn't done with me yet. And I will tell you as I end this video, this is the very short version of this testimony, by the way, is this. We did count the days. It was 40 days and 40 nights it took me that I didn't sleep. I almost died. I really did. And it was 40 days and 40 nights because we counted on my calendar, me and my friend Teresa. And in that time was a time of transformation where I was leaving Washington High School because God was giving me a new ministry. And that's when I went to elementary, became an elementary school counselor, and that is when empowerment was born. I don't think it's coincidence, people. I know it's not, but I think some people need to hear that story. Also, it also gave me, through the suffering, the blessing and blessing that I have. I have such a heart and compassion for addicts because I know what it's like. I know the torture, and I have a deeper understanding of what that is. And the biggest thing is I know my baby's watching down on me. I know that there is a purpose, so I have to live my life with purpose because I know that baby Teresa has such a profound impact on my life. And so I live every day in her honor and in my family's and in the kids, because I know that she's with us, and I know that it is all for a mysterious purpose. And it's kind of like we teach in the church, which is like the mystery of faith. And it's being united with Christ in this thing that we call the mystery of faith. And this is like being a part of it. It's a mystery, but you feel it and you know it, and you know God's just calling you. So that is why I invited my sister friend here, because we were just so passionate, and we share this love and this passion for our faith. And it has brought us so close, so I knew I needed someone special to share this part of the testimony of baby Teresa. So any of you that are out there that are going through something horrible this year or in your life, a tragedy and suffering, I promise you, just search and know that there are lessons, healing, and blessings. Sometimes we don't understand it at the time it's happening, but if we give it to Christ and we just pray, it's going to pull you through, because I believe that there's a reason for everything. And if we just turn our mind to Christ, we're definitely going to get through it. So that is my short version story of my little pink lily, baby Teresa. Thank you for being with us tonight. God bless. And until next Torres Tuesday. It's got to get deep here, Jennifer. Torres Tuesday, signing out. Boom. The voice.